Hello, this is Gigao. Welcome to this first video presenting new features or existing features in Mio in Texas. For the first video, I will be talking about Vassal integration. In this case, it's a renewal of a former feature. If you remember a couple of months ago, when you had a Vassal and you wanted to annex it, you had to wait for the integration process to have run its course, and every now and then you would get an event saying that the process had reached 10%, 20% and so on. But beyond that, you didn't have much information. So I sought to change that. So when you have Vassal, and that's why I start with France, because it starts with plenty of Vassals, including small 2 or 1 province miners like Foix or Bar, and one big developed vassal, Burgundy. So you can always go to your decision panel and you have choose a policy regarding your vassals. It will trigger an event, and this event will give you several informations. So the first among which is what will affect positively or negatively the speed of their integration process. So the years of vassalage obviously will help you, as it's something that takes time. If you have small vassals, it will be quicker to annex, and if you have developed vassals, so if you vassal feed for example, it will lead to an integration process that takes longer and longer. Being fully decentralized like France in 1356 is definitely not good. Basically, if you're fully decentralized, you won't be able to integrate your vassals. And if with time your admin tech will increase, and this will give you small bonus every about 10 tech levels. The second batch of informations is the listing of all your vassals with their assimilation process status. So here, as we are just starting the scenario, it's obviously 0%, and you have the estimated end of the process. So as I said, decentralization is very bad. You can see here that for Bar it will take 670 years to annex it. But you want to have information because here it's a bit raw. So let's go and see Robert I of de Montbéliard, the Duke of Bar, and you see that you have the same informations as before, but with a little more details. So given its level of development, a 1 province miner, it should take about 60 years to integrate Bar before annexing it. But given that we are fully decentralized, it will take 10 times more. And we are helped by the fact that it's the same culture group. Here it doesn't have any effect yet because we are quite low in admin tech, so we don't have yet that bonus. And we have the diplomatic and extension cost modifier, which will affect the speed obviously. So when you have this window, you can choose not to do anything because you just want to see information, so you can click there and do whatever else, or you can go back and check another vassal. So let's take a look at the Duke of Orléans. Here we have, as Orléans is more developed than Bar, it will take more time in base time. Our centralization is still very high. As it's the same culture exactly as us, it will take 10 times it will be 10 times quicker, and so on. And you will have also here decisions that you can enact that will affect your standing with your vassal. For the moment, the first one which we have, it's to negotiate a tighter bond. So it will cost monarch powers all over the board, and so you can click it, and you will have his response. Basically, either he will accept, and you gain 10 years in the assimilation process. So obviously it's not very useful at the start of the scenario because it takes quite a long time. Or he can refuse. That will depend on his opinion and several other factors. And you see that here he has refused that closer bond with you, which gives him some liberty desire. And here, if you go back to Orléans for the moment, for example, you can check here that you don't have the option to negotiate with him anymore, because you can negotiate only once. You will have to wait for you will have to wait for Philippe de Valois to die and to be able to negotiate with his successor. This is mostly in order to avoid exploits by spamming decisions. One last thing I would like to mention is that those decisions are just to negotiate vassal by vassal. You will have some decisions. Here there are two for the moment: money coining policy and military organization policy, which will basically be a decision that will affect the speed of integration for every vassal at the same time. They should be underneath here when they are available, so it will depend on tech level, and they will give you a country flag that will speed up the process. And I think that's about it for this feature. Thank you very much.